Good evening. I just ran into some of Oleta's cousins, the Hollies, that was doing that great music there, so that's family as well. Thank you for what you do. Oleta Garrett Fitzgerald is a warrior at best and has been that way all of her life. When she stood in the middle of the cotton field at 9 years old and announced to my parents that she was not picking any more of this cotton. She has been on the battlefield all of her life. Oleta will always be on the right side of the issue. She will stand and she will not retreat. She does not believe that any corporation has ever done anything worthwhile. She believes that the injustices in America is laid at the feet of corporations and people that do not care about the less fortunate. And she's carried that message everywhere she has gone. Now, they're supposed to show a slide or two, and I'll talk about that briefly, but my sister was the first person to work as Mike Espy's field organizer and ran his office and helped Mike Espy get elected to Congress. After Mike Espy got elected to Congress, Oleta was there with him when he was chosen to be the Secretary of Agriculture and ran that office for him there as well. She also served with Bill Clinton on his transition team and was stationed in Little Rock, Arkansas to make sure that that office was run well. She runs the regional office for the Children's Defense Fund. She is a tireless worker on behalf of human rights and human beings. We love her dearly for what she stands for and the effort that she puts into it. You will never find anyone, don't get in no argument with her about children. Don't save yourself some trouble. Don't start talking about, we're doing all right with civil rights and that we've come a long ways. Don't do that with her. You make a big mistake. She is passionate about her work, and we love her for what she stands for and what she has done. So please welcome Oleta Garrett Fitzgerald.
Good evening. Thank you, Socrates. There are 8 of us children. There are 6 of us living. Socrates and I were the closest in age. We're in the middle of the family. And all of our lives, all of my life, I should say all of his life, he's been trying to get rid of me. At one point, we had an aunt who came through our house. My folks had a lot of children, so somebody was always borrowing some of us. At one point, an aunt came through and said that she had to go to New York City, this was like the early 60s, to find her brother-in-law. So she came to get Socrates down in Farm Haven, Mississippi, to drive with her to New York to find this man that nobody had seen in a number of years. So I said, I want to go. And my aunt said, well, you can go. And we took off to New York, me and my aunt Ola and Socrates, and we found this man. But in the course of looking for him, Socrates didn't want to walk with us because he said we were country. And he didn't want me to go anyway. Another aunt later in life earlier in life decided that she wanted us to come and live with her in St. Louis. So off to St. Louis, she wanted Socrates to come live with her in St. Louis. And I said, I want to go, I want to go. And off to St. Louis we went. And this aunt and uncle told Socrates, you better not ever leave her. We walked to school and they said, you better always know where she is and you better not ever leave her. And that's all I needed to hear. So he would say, come on, Oleta. I said, you can't leave me. So one day he left me. And today, for the last 10 years, I have been renting space from Socrates Garrett. It seems like I should have that space for free. I think I paid for that building. But I want to thank Socrates and I want to thank my family. I want to thank my children and my grandchildren who are here, my nieces and my in-laws, all of my family, because they have been so in my corner all of these years. And as Socrates said, sometimes family dinners are not happy in our house. We had to make a pact. And Socrates is a businessman. And he gets charity, but I don't think he gets social justice, which is what a lot of people get. A lot of folks get charity, which I believe is why in this region of the country that is the most religious region in the world, that we have the hardest time getting social justice. And I want to thank the Mississippi Center for Justice and Riley and Martha, the board and the wonderful staff, and all of the other people in this room who fight every day for social justice, because we do get the difference. There is no greater responsibility that I could bear than to make sure that the young man that you saw on the video and that are sitting over here at this table, and these young children who belong to me, that when I leave this earth, that they have an opportunity to live lives worthy of human dignity and justice. I have no greater responsibility than to follow in the steps of one of my greatest mentors. I grew up, and Riley, you can stand up to make me shut up. I actually grew up, I graduated from Tougaloo College and took off to Atlanta, following Winifred Green, who is in this room, who has been, she's the godmother to my children. Well, she's the godmother to my oldest child, and then we just never stopped. So she became the godmother to all of the rest of the children and to the grandchildren. And Winifred and I now work together as colleagues. I started that work in 1970 in Atlanta, and at that time, Congressman John Lewis and Julian Bond and Andy Young and Stoney Cook and Leon Hall and just a number of people trained me in the social justice movement. So I'm happy. I can't tell you how proud I am to be getting this award, and Congressman Lewis will be the keynote speaker. But as I take my seat, I can't not say that there are some things that we have to do, because things are not good in Mississippi. Things are not good. You know, there was one time when Mike Espy was a member of Congress and Ray Mabus was the governor, and we thought we were progressive. We thought we were joining the rest of the world. And in a very few years, we see the clock turn back. And as I sit, there is just one thing I would ask of all of you here tonight. And that is to join us, if you have not, to join Dick Malpas and the rest of us in a campaign to secure educational equity for all of the children in the state of Mississippi. I'm sure Dick will tell you that we have gotten to a place, and all of us are involved in this. I mean, every advocate group in here. We have gotten to a place that we have to bypass our policymakers in order to get what we need for our children. Now, this is an exciting time for me because finally I got an answer. Because we've been getting beat up pretty bad down at the Capitol. But we have an opportunity to change something in this state and to show where the people are. There is an education referendum that is coming up, and we need everybody in this room to move past all the jargon. You hear these young people talk. These kids are in schools. They are, and you saw the video. I have a son here who's a coach, who tells me that he's got a student that came out of Jackson that said to him at junior college, I have never had a full-time teacher my whole senior year. That I have had a different substitute the whole year. Our children are going uneducated. And when we get to the policymakers, what is happening now is I talked to Chairman John Moore, and I said, Chairman John Moore, we need to fully fund education. He said to me, Oleta, we can do that if we kick 1,000 old people out of nursing homes. Let us not be fooled by the rhetoric. Let us know what we have to do and join in this fight. At least let us go forward knowing that we have left intact an education system that will allow all of our children an opportunity to have lives worthy of human dignity. Thank you. Thank you for this award.